guys, so my battery's going dead. This is going to be part 2 of my love experience story and how complicated it has been, which you guys are probably realizing how complicated my story experience with falling in love has been. So also, I never addressed to you guys that my husband is a lot older than me, if you guys haven't already figured that out or saw that in my previous videos. Yes, there is a big age gap difference between us. So a lot of people have a lot to say about that, and a lot of people don't approve of that. And you know, to me, age is just a number, and I before kind of felt like I was definitely not interested in older men. And I mean, I don't think that that's like my type or anything. I think my husband is just my type. Like I'm not dating him because he's older or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm dating him because I love him, and to me, every day when I look at him, I'm not looking at an older man. I'm looking at the person that I love and the person that I fell in love with, and I just don't see the number. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at him like I feel like he's the same age as me. I feel like we are one, and I feel like it doesn't matter how old he is or how young I am. We are in love and we are happy with our life and we're happy to be together, and that's what's really hard to explain to somebody that doesn't approve because he's a lot older than me. And you know, there's one thing I want to address real quick that I don't approve of. I don't approve of a 16-year-old girl dating a 50-year-old man. I think that's insane. Like, that's crazy. And you know, that's like pedophile. Pretty much. Like, you need to be of age if you're going to decide to date an older man. And once you're of age, like, what are you going to do? You're an adult. So can anybody really stop you? No. And I'm not saying that, you know, but if you know what you want and you know you're in love with this person and you know that you would do anything for them and they feel the same way about you, then why not go for it? Why not try it out? And if it doesn't work out in the long run, you know, then you know that it wasn't meant to be. But if you feel like the way that I felt like about my husband was that I had to take this risk, I had to take this chance because I would never get it again. And I just felt so strongly that there was something there between us that I had to try. I had to take a chance, and I'm so happy that I did, because I would not be where I am today if I didn't. I don't even know where I would be if I didn't do that, but I'm just so happy that I didn't let that get away from me because of the situation that I was in, if you guys understand what I'm saying. It was very hard for me, though. It was a very hard time in my life. I was very depressed because I just wanted more than anything. I'm gonna like get emotional now, guys. I'm getting emotional, if you guys can't tell. I'm about to cry, so I'm sorry if I cry in this video, but this was just a really hard time in my life. And I just want to make this video mainly, I'm on part 2 now, so I'll get back into that in a little bit, but I had to address this because I didn't address it. I should have probably addressed all this in part 1. I'm sorry. It just, when I'm talking about things, it escapes from me. Like I told you guys, I'm not the very best public speaker, so I'm trying my best. But anyways, I was very depressed for a long time. I was convinced that I had something else wrong with me, but I think in reality it was because I couldn't go out on a normal date with the man that I loved, and I couldn't show him I couldn't show my boyfriend. It was like when people would ask me like, oh, well, who are you seeing? Who are you going out with? I would just always be like, well, nobody, you know, I'm not seeing anybody, you know. And then in my head I'm thinking, yeah, what the hell? I didn't like to lie about it. I didn't like to keep it from my family. My family, that's another thing I wanted to tell you guys about, is that my family didn't fully know about it. And that's not true either, because some of my family members did know about it, but some of them didn't. And the ones that I probably feel like should have known first, I couldn't tell about because they didn't approve. And that was my mom. And I'm really sorry about that, Mom. I'm gonna get emotional again, because my mom is like my best friend and my dad is like my best friend. And I just felt like ashamed that I couldn't tell them that I was seeing my husband at the time. Getting to where I'm gonna cry, because it was a hard time thinking back now, going back. Whew, I'm glad that that's over with. But anyways, my mom heard the rumor and she was not very happy about it. So I had to lie to her because I knew that when you love somebody, you would do anything for them, and you will do anything to keep them, and you will do anything for this person. So I had to lie to my mom and tell her that, you know, I stopped seeing him, I wasn't seeing him anymore. I had to do all that. So this is before we moved into our house, because obviously she knew that I moved out and all that. So I just wanted to say that part, that it was very hard. My mom was just very against it. And my dad was just kind of like, you know, I don't think he was very happy about it, but, you know, my dad's just very easygoing, laid back like me. So, you know, I think he always kind of felt like, you know, like he wasn't gonna judge me a whole bunch about it, even though he might have felt differently about it. So that was that. So I kind of relied on telling some other people in my life about it. So my best friend knew about it. She was about the only one that knew about it. Marissa, she knew everything, what I was doing, and she supported me and everything, and I'm grateful that she did that. And she stood behind me because she was only other person that I could talk about it to. And my aunt also was another person that I went to and talked about it, and my grandparents. But other than that, it was just so hard. It was so depressing. If you guys can imagine the first time you met the person that you love, if you could not go out in public, could never go to, like, say, TGI Fridays and eat out, could never go to the movies, could never do anything outside. You had to stay inside all the time. You could not let other people see you with the person that you love. Can you just imagine that? Because thinking back now, I don't know how I did it for so long. I did it for like a couple years, and I was so depressed. I cried a lot because I just wanted our relationship to be normal. And I could not leave my job at the time because I loved my job. I didn't want to leave my job. My husband never got an offer to where he could make the same amount of money and all that. So we were kind of stuck for the longest time. And eventually, my husband did get a job offer when we lived in our last house. And he went to work for this other man. So I decided to leave my job as well. And I started so we could actually be together, because I didn't want to stay at the store without him, because I knew what kind of condition the store was going to go into, and I just didn't want any of that. And also, there was people there at the store that knew that we were seeing each other, and some people that I trusted to tell about it ended up not really being my friend. So yeah. So there's that story. I really thought they were somebody that I could go to and talk about anything to, and ended up just not being that kind of person. When later on I found out how they really were. So anyways, I had people there that knew about it, and then I also had people there that knew about it that just didn't care, didn't treat me any different, didn't treat him any different, treated us with respect, and they are still my friend today. So I appreciate that. Friendships that you find that are hard to find, that people will not judge you for what you're doing, and they understand that you will do anything for love. And that is so true. Like, that is a true saying. Like, you will do anything for love, and that is true. Like, I am dating. So anyways, I'm gonna go back to my husband got a new job. I quit the dollar store, and our whole life after that was relieved. Like, we were able to go out. We were able to be in public. It was so weird because I honestly felt like when I got in the vehicle at first I had to still duck down because nobody could see us, and it was so strange. It was so weird, but I was so happy that I could expose myself. And then eventually it was time my family understood that that's what I was going to do no matter what they thought. And my mom could not, I think my mom just, she wanted what was best for me, and she realized that that's what I was going for. So she eventually come around, and she ended up knowing that rumors that she heard about my husband were not true, and she knew that he loved me and we loved each other. So ended up being okay, but it was so hard, the hardest time of my life, and I've never told you guys any of this stuff before. But yeah, so we lived there last year. It's almost been a year, which is crazy. We got married, and now we're in our new home for a while, and this is just crazy. Like, so much stuff has happened But that is my experience of meeting my husband and where we met, which is really not flattering to tell somebody when somebody asks you, hey, where'd you meet your lover? Well, gee, I met my lover at the dollar store where I worked with him for so long. Like, that just doesn't look good. That doesn't even sound good. Like, it's just not something that you want to tell somebody. You know, you want to say, oh, I met my lover on the beach, or, you know, something dreamy, not a place that you worked at together. It just, to me, it's just not something you want to tell somebody. But hey, I gotta be honest, I can never just lie about it because it's the truth. It's that's how we met, and that's how it's happened. Things happen for a reason. So if any of you other guys out there are working at a same job with somebody that you really like and really love and whatever, just know if it's not allowed, just know I know what you feel. And I just want you to know that you should stick through what you really believe in. And if you don't have a strong feeling about it, then let it go. But if you feel like it's the person you love, you gotta fight for it. Because if it's really what you want, you gotta do it to be happy. That's what you have to do. And I knew that over time that I would eventually be happy, and I always knew that we would eventually be together and that things were right. I also had a dream one night, I have like these premonition dreams sometimes where I'll dream about things and then stuff really does come true. So yeah, I have those, and I had a dream one night that changed me forever, that I knew that me and my husband would be together, that we were meant to be together. And I had a dream that I saw my husband and he come out on the porch at a house that we were living at together, and this was before we lived together. This was like back when I was going through all kinds of stuff, when I couldn't tell nobody about it. And I also saw that we had a family together, and I woke up like crying about it because I was just so happy. I was happy, and I just knew that it was real though. It felt really real because I saw him and I also saw kids, and I knew that it was real. So I don't know. So far so good. We're married and we're happy, and it was just such a hard time in my life, but I wanted to get this out and tell you guys that you're not alone if you guys are going through any of this, and maybe it'll help you guys just know that if you just hang in there and just stick through your gut and it's really what you want, then it'll be okay in the end. Like, you'll make it. You just have to fight. And it's hard. It's just so hard because it's really hard for me to tell you guys about this because it was a really hard situation in my life, and I was really depressed for a long time about it because it's hard. So if any of you other guys are having any similar experiences like that, just know that I feel for you and that you're not alone. It happens because most people meet normally and go on normal dates and all that, but no, not me. I had a really complicated love story, and I'm just glad that part of my life is behind me and I'm here where I am now, because now I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. So I know that it was all worth it. So that's great to know, and I'm gonna go because this video is long enough. And thank you guys for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it and just enjoyed listening to me ramble about my experience. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want me to make another video of my experiences, like I can make one on how I dealt with kind of being depressed for a long time. And I think depression runs in my family because a lot of people in my family are depressed. So I don't really know about that, but it is a real thing, and it really does happen, because some people think that depression is just, well, you're not depressed, you can get better, there's nothing wrong with you, but really depression is real because I've experienced it. So I will make another video on that if you guys would like. I'm gonna go. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for supporting my channel, and I can't believe I have like 325 subscribers right now, which is insane. I love you guys, and I love making videos. So I will talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Peace out.